Buenas tardes, compañeros. Es el señor Woods aquí. Yo estoy aquí para enseñarles un poquito más de la gramática. Vamos a estudiar me gusta, me gusta. La semana pasada, last week, we learned to talk about foods and beverages, and we learned the different ways to categorize those fruits and vegetables. We talked about fruits, grains, dairy, meats, and liquids. Which range all the way from las manzanas down to el jugo de naranja. We also learned a little bit about expressions with tener, like tener hambre, to be hungry, or tener sed, to be thirsty, or even tener ganas de, to feel like. And then we also talked about different ways of describing our food, like is it nutritious, nutritivo, is it delicious, rico, or is it horrible? Horrible. Then we talked about the different names for the meals that we have, like desayuno for breakfast. And I thought it was kind of cool that when we look at the last three letters of desayuno, that we actually see the word uno there. And we see almuerzo, and we see la cena for dinner. So el desayuno is breakfast, el almuerzo for lunch, and la cena. So you have to be prepared for this unit to categorize your vocab either by fruits, grains, dairy, meats, liquids, and or categorizing them by when we generally eat them during the time of day. Also, you should be able to describe your hunger, your thirst, or what you feel like eating. And then you also should be able to describe, is the food nutritivo, is the food rico, or is the food horrible? And also, do you want it ahora? Do you want it now? You know, you ever had a taste sometimes you just want something ahora? And then we have different verbs that we're learning, like comer, to eat, beber, to drink, and vender, to sell. You also should be able to look at a picture and connect it with the vocabulary word, like la manzana, la hamburguesa, el cereal, el pan, la sopa, la leche, el huevo, la banana. Then again, as forestated, we also should be able to complete a blank with the correct expressions with tener, like tengo hambre, or tengo sed, or tengo ganas de. And then we also should be able to describe food. Is it rica? Is it horrible? Is it nutritivo? And then we should be able to group foods by category. Are those foods that normally we would eat at desayuno or almuerzo or la cena? Now we want to look at talking about things you or other people like. We've seen this before earlier in the school year, so it's not new for my particular students. It's gusta versus gustan. Gusta versus gustan. Gusta is for singular, gustan is for plural. Now, gusta versus gustan, the way that we have to look at it is it's not describing the speaker, but it's describing the thing that you or other people like. Is what you like singular, then it's gusta. If what you like is plural, then it is indeed gustan. So when someone likes to do something, it's gustar plus infinitive is used. Now, some of you may know what an infinitive is, some of you may not. So we're going to also talk about that. For example, me gusta correr. I like to run. Correr is in what we call the infinitive. That's the academic vocabulary that I would like for you to use. An infinitive means that the verb ends in the two letters er for this particular week. It's correr. Verbs like vender, verbs like beber or comer. You notice how all of them end in the letters er? We will refer to them as infinitives. So when you use gusta or gustan, you want to actually use the infinitive after. Now, that's what we learned a couple of months ago. But now we're going to learn how to illustrate another way to use the verb gustar. Let's look at parentheses first. A mí. A mí means to me. A ti. A ti means to you. A usted, a él, a ella. To you, to he, to she. And then if we go down a little bit further, we have a nosotros or nosotras, to us or to we. A vosotros, vosotras, primarily used in Spain. To you, as in to you all. And then a ustedes, a ellos, a ellas. To you or to they, whether it's masculine or feminine. And so in parentheses, that's going to be very important for us to incorporate that into what we're doing. So the singular object, we have me gusta el yogurt. I like yogurt. But the plural subject, me gustan los huevos. Me gustan. You see the difference between me gusta el yogurt? So we have me gusta el versus me gustan los. So what it looks like is if I see el, I'm going to use gusta. If I have los, I'm going to use gustan. Let's see if that's true. Let's look at the second example. Te gusta el yogurt. Te gustan los huevos. I see that again. So if it is singular, it's going to be gusta. If it is plural, it's going to be gustan. But we're also looking at that indirect object pronoun, me, te, le, nos, os, les. That is what we have to learn now. And so this week we're going to be focusing in on those heavily this week. At the bottom, let's go down and look, and this is the last part, explanation. The verb gustar means to like. However, its literal meaning is to please or to be pleasing to. In the above sentences, the subjects are el yogurt and los huevos. Yogurt pleases me. Yogurt is pleasing to me. And eggs please me. Eggs are pleasing to me. So the me, te, le, nos, os, les describe to whom something is pleasing. In other words, the singular and plural forms of gustar match what is liked, not the person who likes it. Read the dialogue to see how gustar is used in conversation. Alicia, ¿te gusta la leche? Sí, me gusta mucho. ¿Y los jugos? ¿Te gustan los jugos? También me gustan. El jugo de naranja es muy nutritivo. ¿A tus amigos les gusta la leche? No, no les gusta la leche, pero les gustan los jugos. A mí y a mis amigos nos gustan la leche y los jugos. A nosotros nos gusta todo. Beautiful. And so we'll be covering this quite a bit this week in looking at and studying the expression gusta versus gustan and talking about things you and other people like. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.